Welcome to my my Data Analyst journey. So this is SQL, MySQL. I started MySQL, that's why I'm showing it with you guys as the first options. This is the most important language or programming language you should learn as a data analyst or anything related to data. So there it is. I also did data analyst course, Google data analyst course on Coursera. I did that one as well. But I started MySQL. So here it is. The first thing I do, I got my SQL installed on my computer. This is my SQL Workbench. You can see Workbench. This is my SQL Workbench. So you got it inside your computer. You launch my SQL Workbench, and then you will have it like that, empty, right? Empty. In that case, it's empty, nothing at all. So you go to schema, which is the database. Yours will be empty. Will be no database if you just started. So those are things I'm already working on. So if you don't create a new database, you got several options. The first option is use those options you see right there, right? The second option is to do double click or right click depending on your computer setting and create schema, right? Okay, I'm not gonna save that one, but let's just can put any name you want, right? I'm not gonna save it. Don't save. You can also connect your online servers, anything. You can use anything, right? But just to start it, the other option you have is if you don't want to use like option like that, you can create it using code. You can open a new query tab. This right there, the SQL query tab. This option, if you already have SQL file, that SQL language file that's already created, you can use that SQL. In that case, I do have one, my SQL, right? Right, but I'm not gonna load it right now. We'll do that later. So I open the tab, and then I'm gonna create it. Create database, and then I'm gonna give it a name. Let's say new. Hold on. Underscore schema 01, right? So I can run this, and the name will save. That's any name. I just invented that name, okay? And I'll refresh. There you go. Where are you? Let me get that one. There you go. So it's empty, right? There's no tables, no views, nothing at all. It's empty. You're gonna just create it, right? And then from that, I can create table. I can create. I can create table on it. I give the table names. I can create several tables also, and those tables, and then I can do add your table and add column on them, others, right? So just to show you guys how to start with it. So that's how you can add table to a database you just created. The other option to add table to a database you just created, let me put a name right there. You can right click or double click and import it, right? Which is what I usually do, or most people. If you don't do an online server, that's how you'll be doing it to upload CSV file, right? So the upload, there you go, right? Any other file you have in your computer can just use it, right? So no, that there it is. So you can create database or schemas, upload it, or just create the data if you just want to create it just to try it out. But most likely you won't just create it; you'll already be there. So there's that. Um, Let me just not save that one. Oh, one last thing. On that case, since we created by mistake, we can drop it, delete it, right? And put the name the same thing, new schema 01. Now, I can use one that code, or I can also come right here and do drop table, drop schema, okay? Or I can just run this one, the same thing, okay? Refresh is not there anymore, okay? So basically, that's it, how to start with it. Now, the other thing is, as I mentioned, let's say you already have data CSV file, so you don't want to go ahead and create anything. You just create the schema. After you create the schema, and then you upload the data. I usually do it like that. So there's an example table data import wizard. That's how I usually do it. I come right here. So I already got it set up right there. Okay, I already got it set up. So there it is. Now, since I already have it, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 several schemas, database connected. So I'm not gonna like to use it to select. Let's say I'm gonna work this one. I'm gonna work with it. So let's say I do select everything from now. I need to first thing I need to do, I need to specify which database I'm working on, which is the appointment status, and I put a dot. Now I can select the tables that's available on it, right? I got the appointments, and then now I can run this. Yeah, just quick run this. There you go. You see, that's my information, everything on the table. Now I can limit it to 10 or 5 or whatever. All right. So I will only have the first 10 rows because I say 10, or I can just say 5 because I just wanted to see what's going on. Okay, what is it? Then I can also do, instead of doing apartment setters, I can do the others branch. Okay, it's not giving me the option. It should. Okay, so branches only have 5 rows, so I don't really need the limit close on it. So because you only have 5 rows, right? And then I can do the same thing for employees. Now, it's good to always look at the data first before you do anything, right? Any code, anything. Before you do any query, you need to look at the data, like to see what is it, right? So one of the things I myself like do if I inherited the data, if I was not the one who uploaded. So the first thing I do, I click on the schema data and I do Control R, right? So let's say I'm not the one who uploaded the data. If you're the one who uploaded the data, so you will know because you have the option to get that while you're doing it. So, but let's say I'm not the one who uploaded the data, I can reverse engineer it. I just go next, 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 all the way next, and then what was again? There you go, and then execute next. You can just close that now. Finish right there. Now, and this is my data, right? So now I see the columns. What the reason why I do that sometimes or most of the time is because I need to see the relationship. Okay, because if you have like 5 tables or 6 tables or 10 tables, you may not remember the primary keys of each one of them or how they are related. Okay, so you may not remember that. So that's why I usually open this right there so I can see the relation, I can create the relation, I can do anything I want to do based on that because I see employee ID and employee. Okay, and I get the branch office, I got office ID. So those two not really related. And then I got appointments type, appointments. You got appointment text, you got appointment ID type, you got appointment time, you got employee ID. See, employee ID. So that's mean this employee is related to appointment by employee ID is a primary key in employee ID, and then employee ID is a foreign key on an appointment table. And the same thing, office ID and branch office for the office ID and an appointments table. See, so now I see if I'm gonna do a join or depending on what I'm looking for, I know where those columns are located, how they're related, those tables are related to each other. Okay, so there we go. Now I can go back to my data. I can keep on looking at the data if there's duplicate, if there's any